What's going on? What's up, fam? Part 2 of the evening sermon. I am Chocolate AMUN-RA. Before we do anything, you know we must pay respects to the Creator. The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Well, part 2 is based on part 1. We're here to help you out. I like to really get into my brothers and sisters, quote unquote. I want to get into them because they, to me, are more precious. My brothers and sisters, quote unquote, that's in church are, to me, the most precious. Because they the ones that swimming in the lies. They the ones that truly believe this madness. They believe the cross is everything. And don't even realize the Ankh is the key of life. It's the key of life. But they're afraid to engage something that's old, but is new. You don't have to be afraid. They got many different institutions and congregations that you can go to. They do. Literally. You got the Muslim movement. You already know that. You got the Moors movement. You already know that. You got the conscious community. You already know that. You got the Hebrew Israelites. You already know that. They got plenty of movements. You got brothers that's flying around United States, Chicago, Detroit, New York, Dallas, Philly, so on and so forth. You got brothers that's putting that work in. And we must recommend and respect these brothers. We must do this. These brothers are the next generation of our forefathers, if you will. They're out there putting that work in, and they're out there doing what they're supposed to do. And what they're supposed to be doing is putting the truth in your face. Put the truth in your face. Let's stop playing games. Let's stop playing games. Religion needs to go. It needs to go. We need to stop acting stupid. We need to act like, oh, I've been serving this Lord for so long. This is not new anyways. I gotta tell you that. Our Nubian people have worshipped a false god before. The false god was named Serapis. He was a general in the Greek. When they conquered Egypt, parts of Africa, then the rest of the story goes, do your research. I mean, I can sit here and tell you, but that's not what I want. I want you to do your research. Now, some of y'all be like, well, how do I start off? Okay? I listened to also a brother called Ray Higgins. Pay attention to what I said. Ray Higgins. Ray Higgins. You can use Ray Higgins. You can listen to Polite. Sonetta. That's Black News 102. Baba TV. Okay, I think that's 101. Black News. Okay? You know the generals Cyrus Root and Seti. You got the young phenom, Pharaoh. You got red pill, blue pill. You got the AMUN-RA squad. In the AMUN-RA squad, you got the God Killer. You got Mayat, the Dr. Mayat. There's a lot of them out there that you can get into. And if you want to go old school, you got Dr. Ben. Okay, you got John Henry Clark. Okay, Bobby Hemming. We can get deep. Okay, here's Dr. Ben, Jehoshaphat. We can get deep like that if you want to. Okay? If you want, where's my video? Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a second. Sarah Suitsetti's video. I showed this before. I mean, I can show it again, but not now. But I showed this video. Those who was watching it, you was seeing this video. With Sarah Suitsetti, the general. This was conquered by religion and rape of African spirituality. Y'all, I'm telling you, listen. This is not a game, man. This is real. This is real. Come on now. This is my life. Once the doors opened up, once the third eye opened up, the chakras opened up, and then you're gonna start seeing certain things. And I don't want you to be scared. You can't be afraid of your ancestors. See, some of you go, oh, those are spirits. Oh, those are demons. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. Don't be afraid. That means that you are now revolving. You are transforming and beginning to get in tuned with the universe. You're being in tune. You're not just the flesh. Listen, we're here to teach you. You got to understand something. And the problem is a lot of y'all forgot where you live at. You truly forgot. Listen, most of y'all tell me you live in Brooklyn. You live in Staten Island. You live in Dallas, Texas. You live in Milwaukee. You don't live none of those places. That's where you rest your head. That's where you go to sleep and rest your head at. That's called residential. That's all it is residential. But you live in space. You live in space. The third rock, which we call Earth, that's 3 rocks from the sun. The sun that walks on the water, the sun that walks on earth. Not S-O-N, S-U-N. They took the conception from S-U-N. As the sun rises, it walked on the water. It does it all the time. Anybody who lives by a beach, you can even see it if you're by a river, how the sun would beam off the water, or sometimes it dances. We take conceptions and people just take what they want and make it to whatever they want to be. And if you don't know no better, you follow the conception. You follow the conception of society and what they tell you to do. You don't have to live that life. Who told you have to live that life? I want my church brothers and sisters to hear this. I want them to hear this. I need them to hear it. Because they're reading the Bible, and the Bible is Nubian. They're already there. You have to understand that. They already there. The Bible, listen, I know a lot of my gods and goddesses go, I ain't with the Bible, I'm throwing it in the garbage. I don't believe you should throw the Bible in the garbage. I don't believe that. To me, that's just being efficient. You need that Bible because it's a book. We know that stories is told. Some of those stories is a lie. We know that. The Bible has holes, but guess what? The Bible also is used in a metamorphosis. Use it. You could use it as a guideline. I got one for you. Many books that we read, right? You believe in a lot of the books that we read. You believe in a lot of the information that you get and receive. But let's keep it clear. It is somebody else's work. It is somebody else's doctrine. So if it's somebody else's work, their doctrine, so guess what? How much of that information is real? If you yourself have not did your homework, I don't care if you go on a computer and you Google everything. It's not your work. You did not go to those pyramids and dig up and find fossils, then take those fossils, try and use it in the laboratory and start finding out how old these things are, how and get blood types, DNA codes. You didn't do none of that because all this stuff has been done for you. So all you got to do is basically choose which one of the avenues or the road that you're going to take and then try to say, okay, I'm going to believe this. I'm going to give you a hint. Always keep an open mind. That is the hint. There's nothing else involved. Keep an open mind on all things. Why? Because knowledge is infinite. It's an ongoing process. If any brother talk about, I know it all, any sister say the same thing, it's a waste of time. And any brother or sister sitting up there talking about, I'm beyond your level, don't ever listen to them. Why? Because you're insane. You cannot grasp all the knowledge. You just can't do it. Because they're just now finding out, quote unquote, science is now starting to paint a little bit of the surface of telling the truth of the origin of the Nubian black man's civilization. They just now painting it and telling the truth. But we already had brothers and sisters, historians, scholars. Okay, they might have went to the white institutions at the point in time. But one thing I'm beginning to realize about the institutions were built from Nubian people, the Moors. The Moors built these institutions. We got to stop going, oh, you're going to a white institution. Unless that white teacher ain't teaching you the truth, how you going to downgrade somebody else's work? Institutions was established by the Moors. Let's get this clear. So all your institutions that you have now is nothing but a replica of Africa. So this is what we need to be careful for. Dr. Ben and them went to institutions, studied, and then broke off. Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, and so many different ones. You got so many different scholars and historians, Nubian black brothers, who went to these schools but broke off and began to start their own pilgrimage and their own studies. Listen here. Cyrus Seti, he was with Asha Quasar, the master teacher, Asha Quasar. Look it up. He was underneath their tutelage. He was in Egypt. Gods and goddesses, you got to go deeper a little bit. You understand? The key is keep an open mind. Keep an open mind to all things considered that flows naturally through. You understand? Keep your own mind. Because all we here is to teach. So our brothers and sisters, kings and queens, gods and goddesses are free from the ignorance of foolishness. I am Chocolate AMUN-RA, Part 2. Peace.